Hey guys, take a look at the ceiling of this ancient temple. What is that? What does that even mean? How about this pattern? Look carefully, something is written on these places. Are they meaningless texts? Why are they found in temples? What about this pattern, again found in an ancient Indian temple? What is the meaning of this? Why did ancient builders of India carve these strange patterns in temples? Atheists and devotees of scientism will say, Praveen, not everything has a meaning. It's just art. Just the imagination of a sculptor who lived many centuries ago with no meaning in mind. No. In this video, I'm going to prove to you that these carvings have deep meanings and our ancestors are far more advanced than you think. Let's take this carving and do a deeper analysis. At face value, it looks like a bunch of random symbols and letters, but let's try to decode this. First, let me translate this into English for your convenience. And let me enhance the picture too. Originally, it is written in ancient Tamil language. But when I change this, now you can read the text. This says Lagu and this says Guru. Can you tell me what they mean? This one says Plutam, Kakapadam, Viramam, and Dhrutam. What do these words mean? They're actually the parts of rhythm in ancient Indian music. Each part is called an anga, and there are 6 angas which make up any type of rhythm. And in the inner circle, you see these weird symbols. These are the symbols denoting these parts. They are shown as symbols in the inner circle and as words in the outer circle. For example, this is the symbol for Lagu, and this is the symbol for Guru. When Indians are singing traditional Carnatic music, you may have noticed them moving their right hand on their laps. Now, this is how they calculate the rhythm so they don't miss the beats. For example, the tap alone is called Viramam or Anudrutam, represented by a semicircle here. The tap and turn is called Dhrutam, shown by a full circle here. And a tap and fingers is called Lagu, represented by a line here. Now, what is rhythm itself called in the ancient Carnatic music? Talam or tala. You have seen the parts of rhythm now. There are 6 parts, but talam or rhythm itself is classified into 7 main categories. And that's exactly what you see in the next circle. For example, here we can see Dhruvatalam and Mathyatalam and so on. These are all rhythms or talas. And now I can finally reveal the name of this carving to you. Ancient musicians called it tala chakra, meaning the wheel of rhythm. Every musician who wanted to learn music in ancient times had to fully understand this tala chakra. Remember, ancient Indian temples were not just built as places of worship. There is a world of information about art and science in these temples. But we're not studying them and understanding them. At this point, people who think temples don't have any information about science or art would have already closed this video because it's just too complicated for them to understand. Even an average viewer would have started watching the video thinking these are meaningless carvings, but now there is just too much meaning inside these carvings to fully understand. But there is more information embedded here. They've shown each rhythm in the symbolic form, but it's made up of these parts. This is what makes it so complex. These talas or rhythms are not shown with their own symbols. Instead, they're shown using the parts of rhythm carved here. For example, this rhythm called Ekatalam is made of just one part of Lagu But the next rhythm, called Dhruva is made of line, circle, line, line. So one lagu, one rhythm, and one lagu, and one lagu. And here are the symbols for the other 5 talas or rhythms. Of course, this is so complex already, but there is another ring at the outermost circle. Now, what does it mean? If you count it, there are a total of 35 sections there. And 7 times 6 is 42. It's not even 35. So what do these 35 sections mean? This information goes beyond the scope of this video. That's how complex it actually is. If you really want to know, I have published the explanation in the members only section. It's extremely complicated even if you've learned Carnatic music, the ancient Indian music system. So you can click on the join button if you really want to understand what these 35 things mean and how they're all connected. But please understand that carvings in ancient Indian temples, they're not just carvings, they are treasure troves. To me, this information is the real treasure. It's not the gold or diamonds found in temples. People can take those things away, but this information is the real ancient treasure. That's why our ancestors carved it on stone so it can last forever. This is found in an ancient temple called Nellaiyappar temple, and I've explained only one carving from this temple, and I'm not even able to finish explaining this one carving in one video. And this temple has more than 1,000 carvings. So imagine the time needed to understand everything from this temple. And India has thousands of ancient temples. So understand the amount of ancient knowledge and wisdom hidden in these temples. They're full of information about art and science. I hope you like this video. I am PraveenMohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.